After 2 weeks of preseason testing, 9 days of track time across 4 tests, the checkered flag waves in Buriram, which in 2 weeks' time will host the season opener to what could be one of the best seasons in the last 5 years. In these first outings of the MotoGP prototypes, we have seen a lot happen, from heavy crashes to happy faces and less happy faces. The world champion is out and will start the 2025 season at a strong handicap, while Ducati is finally facing competition, not from outside, but from its own bike, from last year. To finish off, we will have a look at what they have been cooking in Japan. Before we get into it, I am going to remind you that you can use the chapter feature to skip a specific section of the video. Hope you appreciate it. Let's get into this. Not many smiles to be expected in the Ducati garage, as the newly born GP25 looks to be scrapped due to it being under par to its own predecessor, the GP24. Pecco even went as far as saying that he lied to the media, as he was convinced from the start that the new GP25 was not clearly better than the GP24. From what we are seeing, Ducati seems to be going for the 2024 chassis and aero package, at least for the start of the season, along with the 2024 engine. Their new chassis was discarded by Pecco for now. The same chassis that Pecco really wanted introduced back in late 2024 has now been put away. This seems how Ducati will start the 2025 season and will keep this way until the Jerez test. Accepting the last year's bike is better than your more recent one is a hard one to forget, but seeing how easily this reverted back to the 2024 package shows their confidence. Talking of confidence, there are clearly two sides in the box, with Marc being on top of the wave and clearly ready for his best chance to fight for that 912 championship. And then you have Pecco, who definitely has not had easy days, often struggling, but that should not mean anything for the season. Pecco is often behind in FP1, but he always manages to find a way to get up to speed in one way or another. But this time, he rides a bike he has ridden for a whole season. This is Pecco's advantage over Marc. But if I was Ducati, I would really be watching my shoulders. If Ducati for Jorge Martin hiding himself to the moon would have been enough for them to stay calm, they have been wrong. Putting in the most laps among all, Marco Bezzecchi worked quietly away from all the media attention. Jorge Martin's season might be compromised by that scary incident, but do not forget Marco Bezzecchi, the same man who finished third in the championship a couple of years ago. He posted the fastest lap ever by an Aprilia around Chang, only a couple of tenths away from the Ducati. While we're talking about Aprilia, let's not forget about Raul Fernandez, who needs to have a good season, or else the MotoGP grid will not forgive. Plenty of riders ready to take your seat, among those Ayagura, coming up to MotoGP after having won his Moto2 World Championship last year. He has shown really promising pace, which comes as a big surprise to MotoGP riders themselves. His sprint simulation was better than what Maverick Vinales achieved last year in the sprint. Can Aprilia be an actual threat to Ducati this season? I say they will be very close to the Ducati, and that Marco Bezzecchi will surprise many. If Aprilia have a right to dream, Yamaha should be allowed to as well, after having had a major switch in the lineup with Max Bartolini taking over the role of technical director last year and a new European base in Italy to hopefully improve their communication and leave behind the Japanese way of working in a more and more technically demanding MotoGP. Yamaha are well and truly on the up. Following a successful Sepang test, they showed interesting pace throughout all pre-season. Are they ready to fight against the Ducatis? Maybe, not yet. But the introduction of the V4 and new parts are paying off, as Fabio Quartararo led the Sepang test and Alex Rins was very happy with the new bike as it aided the braking and got better exits. Overall, very positive testing for the Japanese manufacturers, as Honda had its happiest days in a while, with Johan Mir saying he has not been this happy in the last 2 years. Johan Mir set a lap time 6 tenths quicker than his previous one set in 2024. I doubt they will be serious contenders, but can they get a podium this year? Let me know in the comments. KTM and preseason never go well in the same sentence. This is the case again, as KTM find themselves struggling with some reasons to dream and some reasons to be a cause of concern. KTM brought multiple new and revised specifications of aero and seat units, having all the riders try it out, with Acosta being the best placed KTM in 4th place at the Buriram test. Talking to the media, Acosta said that KTM need to be happy with this. While in the box nearby, tax-free riders have a reason of their own to worry, as Enea Bastianini has really struggled to get up to speed with the RC16, as he believes his approach is not the right one. After having only ever ridden a Ducati since his debut, plus KTM being a bike that really needs to be ridden hard for it to go fast, will be a significant challenge for Enea to adapt. On the other side, Maverick Vinales, more used to switching bikes now, with KTM being his 4th MotoGP bike, who felt that it's getting there, but he still needs more time with the RC16. Having one of the most diverse lineups on the grid with a mix of experience and hunger, KTM seems to not be able to provide the bike needed to take this step towards Ducati, and most importantly, they cannot afford to lose Acosta, who already a lot of people have an eye on. To end nicely, let's have a look at how the rookies have been doing. Starting with Somkat Chantra, there is not a lot of expectations to have on him as the Honda is what it is, but he has said that his main goal was to focus on having fun and enjoying his time on the bike, while learning key components such as electronics. He also had 2 new Hondas available for himself in Sepang. Replacing Nakagami, Chantra looks on to be the first MotoGP rider from Thailand. Now, as I just mentioned, Nakagami, MotoGP's only Japanese presence on the field, left the grid last year. But for the relief of all Japanese people, there is a new hero. His name is Ayagura. Having won the Moto2 World Championship, he comes up to MotoGP with Aprilia after having rejected Honda a couple of times now. Personally, he's had the biggest improvement since his first time on a MotoGP to now, even Alex Rins praising the 24-year-old. Definitely one to keep an eye on for the future. If Ayagura is one to watch, then hear about this guy. Fermin Aldeguer, the 19-year-old from Spain, takes the step up to the MotoGP class after having had a bit of a tricky season due to difficulties with the new Moto2. Nevertheless, he has showed his worth multiple times, for example, winning the last 4 GPs in 2023 or taking a pole position at only 16 years of age in Moto2, becoming the youngest pole sitter in the intermediate class. He definitely has the talent, but the key thing is he has the tools. He takes over the spot taken by Marc Marquez last year in 2024, and he will ride a GP24, which seems to not be far off by the new GP24.9 as called by Pecco. Ayagura definitely is the quicker rookie at this moment in time, thanks to a quick adaptation to the RS GP25, which really looks like it has taken the step forward it needed to take. Thanks for watching, hope you liked this video, as I'm constantly trying to up the quality of the videos and provide more exciting content. A like and a comment would really help me, and subscribing would really make sure you never miss any future content, and that would be a really good helping hand. The checkered flag is out.